Welcome back to the We Are City channel for an episode of our FC26 Manchester City career mode. The season so far is going pretty well. The series so far is going pretty well. The most recent Premier League team of the week, as we are international break in between the end of last episode and the start of this one, you can see 4 Manchester City players get in there. Erling-Haaland, Phil Foden, Omar Mamouche and Ryan Nuri. 4 of our top performers so far in this series. Let's see what's on the schedule and what's in store for today's episode 4. So we are going to kick things off with a game against Everton, I believe, at home to start the episode. The return of Jack Grealish to the Etihad. It's then going to be Real Madrid 2 days later away. Aston Villa away. We've got QPR in the Cup at home, where I would like to maybe move these things forward a little bit more with a big month of November coming up. I think we'll finish the episode with a game against Bournemouth at home. However, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Because that game against QPR in the Cup I would like to play as well. We've actually, in the last episode, done pretty well in getting through the month of October. Into the next episode, in episode 5, we want to play Leverkusen, we want to play Bournemouth, we want to play Liverpool, we want to play Newcastle, we want to play Dortmund. That's 5 games in at least to simulate. And then the episode of December, there's plenty of big games there as well. So, to try and keep things moving, we possibly need to simulate 1 game. We'll have to see how things go. But I think we play this Everton game. We play Real Madrid, we play Villa. And then we'll see about the QPR one. Maybe we do play that and maybe we leave ourselves a little bit less in advance as we want to be in the month of October. We do sit in the Premier League table, as you can see here. 4th place, Everton are in 5th, level on points with us. It's a must-play game at home against Everton because they've set up the season so well. Iliman Ndiaye, he was in the team of the week as well, wasn't he, remember? So they're clearly having a really good season. They are, a sort of battle for us this season. They are maybe a contender for Europe under David Moyes, which is a bit of a surprise. We've got to make sure we play this one. And speaking of this Everton side, this is the way they're looking. In terms of form-wise, they've won 3, drawn and lost 1 of their last 5, sitting 5th place in the Premier League table. Barry's expected to start up top. Patterson, Branthwaite and Pickford, 3 key players in the back line. And Jai on that left-hand side, Azunu's helping him out as well there. They've got 2 ball winners and people that have got the ball as well in Idrissa Gana Gueye and James Garner. Jack Grealish is expected to be on the bench, in fact. Not Jai starting to the right and McNeil on the bench. O'Brien, Beto, Tyler Dibbling there as well. They've got a really good squad. Obviously, Grealish can play against us in this because there is no sort of setup that they won't play against us. Tactical preset, kick and rush. They play long ball. That's the way they're going to play. And we need to defend those flick-ons by Barry towards those quicker players in behind and also defend a lot of crosses, I assume. Well, being that we are coming up against Real Madrid in just 2 days' time away at the Santiago Bernabeu, we have to be aware of squad, keeping them fresh and keeping players fit. So the key players are in there, really, but some players do drop out. Donnarumma starts in goal. It's Nunez, Captain Diaz, Ake and O'Reilly in that back 4. Nuri, Vardy and Stones will be part of the back line, I think, as well as Kasanov for the game away at the Bernabeu. Rodri starts midfield. We'll try and take him out as early as possible for Nico, with Phil Foden and Mateo Kovacic ahead of Bernardo Silva. Rico Lewis also comes into the bench for a little bit of a tired Ryan Heskey. On the left, it's Omar Mamouche. On the right, it's Oscar Bob. It's Erling-Haaland through the middle. The bench looks strong. The starting 11 is strong. Everton, level on points. Those doing pretty well. City looking to get 3 points. Let's kick off the episode in style. Well, there is Erling-Haaland warming up pre-match here. 7 goals so far in the Premier League this season in as many games. The competition record is 36 set by himself, and he's looking to, of course, break that this season. Manchester City versus Everton, kicking off today's episode with some exciting Premier League action. A bit of a sort of pre-match game for the Real Madrid game, which is the biggest game, really, in the UEFA Champions League. They are captained by Jordan Pickford today. Patterson seems to start at right back. I'm interested to see how Moyes does line things up. I have a feeling that Jack Grealish is going to be in there. He's a player that we're going to try and move on permanently, and we're hoping that with good performances for Everton, he'll find himself permanently at the team from formerly Goodison Park. There's the Manchester City side, the Everton side. Let's see how David Moyes does line up in today's fixture. So David Moyes doesn't go to the back 5, he starts with a 4-2-3-1 for Everton. Not too defensive, you could say. Pickford starts in goal. It's Branthwaite, Tarkowski, Azunu and Patterson in the back 4. Garner in the gate, midfield 2, with Roll in behind Thiono Barry. McNeil there as well. Jack Grealish is, of course, on the bench. Which I think is actually his first start of the Premier League season today. Just kind of a push backwards. Branthwaite, who's a real good ball-playing defender, steps out there, plays it forward. Intercepted by O'Reilly, straight to Idrissa Gana Gueye there with a poor pass by O'Reilly. And then behind to Barry here. And an early save from Donnarumma comes from a mistake by O'Reilly. That didn't need to be made against David Moyes' side here. For my City. Tarkowski with a header here. And it's up and over the bar by James Tarkowski, but double chance Everton to start this one. Space towards Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob lifts one in here towards Erling Haaland attacking it. What a goal for Manchester City. An assist for Oscar Bob and a thumping header by Erling Haaland. Well, I lifted that one in. I expected Branthwaite to have a bit of a battle with Erling Haaland. Haaland says, no, get away. You are no problem for me. Oscar Bob in space. And he lifts it on the weaker right foot. He holds off Branthwaite so easily. And he thumps the header into the bottom corner. I mean, Gerard Branthwaite there. If he's going to be an elite level centre-back in the future, he's got to be stronger. Erling Haaland gets the run at him. Across that near post where Haaland scores so many goals from. And we lead early on by 1-0. 18-8 now for Erling Haaland. Foden. Bob. Back into Foden, who's nicked it again here. Foden across the front post to Haaland. Back onto Rodri! 2-0 Manchester City. Well, legendary difficulty. And it has been difficult so far. But we kick off today's episode pumping the goals in the back of the net. What a layoff by Haaland, and Rodri's into the box. And it's a class finish by Rodri into the side netting. Real delicate touch by Rodri. And 5th place Everton, level on points in Manchester City. At the moment, look, no match for us. 2-0 City lead, 2 shots on the Everton goal. Hold up play. Roll here. Looking over top to Njai. City have lost it here, Njai. First time volley. Really good attempt there. Over his shoulder, catched it first time. What an attempt that is. What a goal that would have been. Donnarumma perhaps beaten. Quite a bit of possession, Everton, which is a surprise. Idrissa Gana Gay. Barry looks to turn Diaz here. Uses pace well here. Barry! Wide of the post. I tell you what, if Everton were better finishers, they cause City problems. And it's an early change here from David Moyes. Rowley's off and Jack Grealish is on. So he can play against us, Jack Grealish. And Moyes makes an early change, the decision to bring Jack Grealish onto the field. Diaz with a foot in there as he spins him. Diaz takes him down in the box. Penalty Everton. Well, Ruben Diaz being aggressive there. But the captain may be too aggressive. And he takes down Azunu for a penalty for Everton. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell from that angle. I mean, Pep Guardiola's very unhappy there. We're flying. We're 2-0 up. We're comfortable. And Njai's given a chance from the spot. Njai! Right, I thought he was going down the middle there. Doesn't pull one back for Everton. 2-1. That is not the first penalty we've conceded this season. Maybe the second or third. Up steps Iliman Njai. Donnarumma can't get there. O'Reilly across to him. Back wide they go towards Patterson. And behind O'Reilly here is Dwight McNeil. Back here with the foot in. Barry turns. Barry's quicker than Diaz. He's caused him problems already today. Barry, great play! 2-2 Everton equalise here. And Thiono Barry makes it 2-0. That's not the first time it's happened today where we've been turned by the striker and Diaz couldn't catch him. Weak by Diaz. What a finish by Barry. 2-0. Nothing Donnarumma can do about this one. Right in the top corner, rifled in. But Ruben Diaz has got to be better. Turns like a truck, doesn't he, unfortunately? The City captain. And by Phil Foden. Diaz across the near post away by Branthwaite. Nico. Lewis. O'Reilly. It's Manu Shaw! What a save by Jordan Pickford that is. Foden. Diaz. Foden. Phil Foden! Oh! He's been so good this season. He scored those chances before, but he couldn't put that one in the back of the net. Nurse tries to foul him again. Njai. Barry. Back to Njai. Diaz can't stop him off the post. Off the outside of the post by Iliman Njai. This has been a fantastic game of football. Aït-Nouri goes chasing forward here. Branthwaite. Aït-Nouri, what a challenge by Ryan Aït-Nouri. It's Haaland. It's Erling Haaland. It's blocked into the hands of Pickford. What a challenge by Aït-Nouri though. And Everton, who are in 5th place, managed to pick up points at the Etihad. It's a 2-2 draw in Manchester City. City just haven't got that oomph to go and take the game to them. Ruben Diaz at fault for both the goals that led to the Everton goals. The penalty he gave away, then the really slow turn on Thiono Barry. And he won't be starting away at the Bernabeu for certain. He can't start away at the Bernabeu after that performance. Questions about Ruben Diaz today. Didn't manage too many disruptions. Is that where the match went wrong for you? Is around Ruben Diaz. Well, we're not going to drop him in it. We're going to motivate Diaz. We're going to say, Diaz notes needed. Today was not the case, but he's off to the next one. We can't obviously go in on one of our own players. That's not the way Pep Guardiola does things. Well, currently in UEFA Champions League, we're doing pretty well. We sit in second place. 2 games and 6 points, 2 wins from both of those. Real Madrid and Barcelona up there as well with us, with Frankfurt and Juve, Bayern. I mean, Napoli, we're only 2 games in. They've had a really good start to the UEFA Champions group stage. Against Real Madrid, this will be an interesting one. I think a draw at the Bernabeu will probably take. I'm interested to see how Xabi Alonso does things at the Bernabeu today. It is looking like it's going to look like that, a 4-2-3-1. Rodrigo on the bench, no Trent either. He's expected to be on the bench. They have drawn 2 and won 3 of their last 5 games in all competitions. Edwin Lee Towers expected to partner Dean Howson at the back. Danny Carvalho, the captain, comes in ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, Bellingham in the 10 behind Mbappe. Vinicius on the left. I mean, Mastantuono could also stand the right as well as Adagula and Rodrigo. Tchouaméni and Valverde, I mean, what a midfield too. They're a team of superstars. They're a team that are going to be tough to stop. But I think we're going to go a little bit more defensive here today and try and hit them on the counter when we can. This time we go with against Real Madrid today then. So Donnarumma is going to start in goal. We're going to go with a back 4 of Kusanov, Stones, Vardy, Knight, Nuri. Stones and Vardy will come back in as a partnership today. A bit more of a ball-playing partnership, which I think we'll need under pressure, playing the ball out from the back. Both good defenders as well. Kusanov to help us out against Vinicius Jr. on that right-hand side. Rodgers in the midfield, but alongside Phil Foden and Nico Gonzalez. That's the way Pep might do things in the Champions League away, looking to be a bit more defensive. Doku on the left, Haaland for the middle, and Bernardo Silva, the captain, on the right. When Pep wants to go defensive, Bernardo starts on the right. Bit more balance ahead of Heskey, ahead of Savinho, but there are options off the bench alongside Kovacic and Marmoush in attacking areas. I think that's what we need to go with, what is necessary to go with. We're going to go with that and see if it works. Tactically we get things wrong, but of course we always have time to try and change it. Arriving at Santiago Bernabeu, the fans, a massive stadium, a stadium that has got an incredible update and upgrade over the years, hasn't it? It's now the biggest and most state-of-the-art stadium in world football. As the players warm up here for a big game in the UEFA Champions League. Last season we were smashed here 3-1 by killing Mbappe. I think that he scored a hat-trick. He was absolutely incredible in the game. City fell short in the Champions League and didn't even get to the knockout stages. Real Madrid didn't have a good campaign either last year in the UEFA Champions League, but they did knock out Manchester City very early on. Out with 2 sides here, which hopefully is going to be a game which is a big one, a chance for us to prove ourselves against the highest of pedigree of European teams. That is the intention anyway. We're currently in one of the automatic qualification spots alongside Real Madrid. A defeat here today would not change that in terms of what we expect to in the UEFA Champions League. We're up against a team that are great. There's a long way to go in this competition. 8 games to play. This is only match day 3. But let's see how Xabi Alonso lines up against the Manchester City side. Under Pep Guardiola, they've got a little bit more conservative in areas, but also a bit more expansive in others. This is Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid side. On the bench, they've got some great players, but it is what we expected. Courtois in goal. Trent comes in at right back, that's the only change, and Rudiger in centre back. Tchouaméni, Valverde midfield. Bellingham the captain. Brahim Diaz comes in on the right as well. And Mbappe through the middle. No Hendrick, no Adagula, no Mastantuono. Some big names left out. Rodrigo as well, one that was heavily Manchester City over this summer. Away by Rudiger. Here's Vinicius Jr. First chance for him to run at Kusanov of the day. Mbappe away, he's hauled off Kusanov as well there. Mbappe saved by Donnarumma. And behind for a corner. Well, he just managed to hold off Kusanov so easy there, killing Mbappe. Foden, Rodri, Nico. In behind to Doku, he's in behind here, Doku. Doku at the Bernabeu! What a goal by Jeremy Doku at the Santiago Bernabeu. 1-0 Manchester City and a massive goal from Jeremy Doku. Bends that one to the far corner. How many goals and assists may he get this season? I mean, 3 goals last year. I think he's already hit that already. Nico's doing great in that box-to-box role. What a finish by Jeremy Doku. I'm really enjoying this Nico performance so far. And Doku just bends that one under pressure and eliminates out into the far corner. What a hit by Jeremy Doku. 1-0 lead at the Santiago Bernabeu. Vinicius flicks it onto Mbappe, who's turned John Stones here. Mbappe. Vardy in on him. Make sure he's going nowhere. Kusanov against Vinicius Jr. He's dropped him. Brilliant from Vinicius. Stones to the box. Vinicius Jr. down, penalty. Oh, it's so frustrating. These players are so quick and tricky. And we've given away a lot of penalties recently. Here's another one. Stones the foot out, takes down Vinicius Jr. Mbappe against Donnarumma. I haven't saved a penalty yet. We've conceded 3 or 4 now. Come on, Kylian. Missed this one. I mean, 82 penalties. Donnarumma, oh, he goes down the middle. Oh, he goes down the middle, Mbappe, brilliant. Give me the eyes there, the Frenchman. I thought I had him. I did think I had him. Down the middle by Kylian Mbappe. Better. Oh, Stones, that's weak as well by him. Foden, well played, City, we get away with it. Nico. Oh, what a ball through to Foden here. And the Bernabeu! Phil Foden makes it 2-1. Come on. What a ball by Nico Gonzalez as well, who gets his second assist of the game. I tell you what, Nico's a whole midfielder, isn't he? He plays that Rodri role, but today he's playing a little bit more advanced in that midfield role with the absence of Tijani Reinders, of course, who is missing due to injury. And Nico is running the show at the moment. 2-0 Manchester City, 2-1 Manchester City, should be 2-0. What a ball by Nico. And a great finish by Phil Foden, who's at it again. Scoring goals for Manchester City. Right here he slides in Mbappe. Oh, poke through to Vinicius. Vinicius Jr. Kusanov just muscles him away. Good fullback play from Kusanov. Stones puts it behind for a corner. Foden puts a foot in on him. Tchouameni still. Good feet. Looking to work it wide, the Frenchman. Good feet by the Frenchman. Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. What a save by Donnarumma. Oh, Vardiol gets it away. I was panicking like crazy there. Rodri. Foden. Oh, Foden and Rodri. That's a bad mistake here. And there's a counter Real Madrid on the edge of the box. We give away Bellingham. Wide to Vinicius Jr. Kusanov. Great defending by Kusanov there at right back. Gets back, makes the challenge. Wins the ball back for City. And here come the changes now. Camavinga's coming on at left back for them. Interesting. Kusanov can't stop Bellingham. Stones can. Kusanov long and away. Kept in by Savinho. Brilliantly. Nico. Savinho. Fantastic from the Brazilian Savinho. Savinho. Nico. Oh, and Phil Foden arriving. Shoot, many deals with it. Nearly good move again by City. Savinho. Full-time whistle goes. There we go. 3 points away at Santiago Bernabeu. Goals from Phil Foden. Oh no, and yeah, Phil Foden and Jeremy Doku, it was on the score sheet. But credit all goes to Nico Gonzalez, who's been absolutely fantastic today. All 3 points go City's way. Man of the match has to be Doku or Nico, who gave Trent and Valverde and whoever's on that right side in Elite out nightmares. What a performance by those two. Well, very impressed. Pep Guardiola's got to be happy with that performance. He's going to say good words about Bernardo Silva, who played on that right side. And it's a really good idea to play Bernardo on the right side when we're looking to be a little bit more defensive in this City team. And there's lots of other big ones to say. Vardiol was great at centre-back, hardly tested because he did his job at centre-back. And Kusanov at right-back, struggled at times against Vinicius Jr., against one of the best wingers in the world football. But he passed the test pretty well, didn't he? He kept him quiet most of the time. Well, an absolutely storming performance by Manchester City against Real Madrid. Now, for analysis in that massive win at Santiago Bernabeu, we have to give big ratings to players for that fantastic performance. The biggest ratings, of course, go to Nico in that midfield. I thought was insane in that more forward, advanced midfield role. He gets a 90. Doku, who give Trent nightmares in that game, gets a 91. Everyone gets an 80+ rating, really, with that one. Rodri in the midfield, 86. Stones, despite giving a penalty, 80. I mean, everyone performed so well. Phil Foden, Aït-Nouri, Vardiol. City played well defensively, offensively. And with that now, that's 3 games, 3 finalities given in 3 big games for City. I think the Spurs game, what other game was it? The Spurs game, the Arsenal game, the Real Madrid game, a Liverpool game, I think, coming up as well. We now have our Finalysis Best 11. This is our average rating of the players is rated. Of course, Nico, after playing just 1 game in terms of being finalised, or whatever the word would be for that, and playing so well, he gets a 90 rated straight away. You've got Foden 85, Doku 86 in there as well, Haaland 82, some of our highest rated. Reinders is in there despite only playing a few games for us, getting injured, because he actually is our best performing midfielder in those times. Kusanov our best performing right back. Stones and Vardy actually alongside each other. Stones only played 1. He gets an 80. He has had some poor games when he did play. Donnarumma, of course, a starting goalkeeper. I mean, obviously, depends how many games these players have played, if they do get in. But I really do like the idea of this. And guys, Finalysis is a real thing. If you head over to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, you can download this app and apply to be part of it. It is the place to be for all fans. Whichever club you support, that is the place to be. You can rate rate your player's performance, you can give your opinions across the world of football, and it is in partnership with Sky Sports. It's absolutely amazing, and honestly, you want to be part of it. This is our analysis for Manchester City versus Real Madrid. The next time we finalise will be in the next episode, and I believe it will be against Liverpool. Doku comes to Pep Guardiola and says, "Thanks for the first team chance I'm getting, boss. I'll keep doing whatever I need to." He's been brilliant, Doku, this season, and I think he's going to be the main starter on that left-hand side now. Well, back into Premier League action, things are currently looking like this. Newcastle United had a really good start to the season. 7-1, no draws, 2 losses. They sit top of the table on 21 points. We're in 5th on 15 points. Ahead of us is Arsenal, Forest and Everton. I mean, Liverpool surprisingly have a really bad season down on 13, but they're still in a title race. I think the teams in the title race this season, us, Liverpool and Arsenal, haven't really had the quickest start to the season. I think we'll all finish strong, which is a bit of a worry. Usually see one side run away at the start and then maybe drop off a little bit. Everyone hits a little dip in form at some point. I'm just hoping that's not us at some point, really, because they are doing really well, Newcastle, at the moment. They might never have that little dip. They have already lost 2 games. Up next for us, though, is Aston Villa away to Villa Park, a Villa side that are having a bit of a bad season under Unai Emery. They find themselves down in 12th place at the moment. Well, this is the side we're going to go with against Aston Villa away from home today. Donnarumma starts in goal. Is Kusanov, Diaz, Vardy, Knight, Nuri City's back 4. After a storming performance in midweek against Real Madrid, I think the chance to rest Rodri and play this man is probably deserved. So Nico starts today's game with captain Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden in that midfield too. It's Savinho on the right, and Marmoush comes in for a little bit of a tight Jeremy Doku on the left, and Haaland through the middle. Lewis comes in for Kovacic on the bench just to maybe get himself some game time. O'Reilly and Nunes there as well in fullback areas. Oscar Bob will try and get some game time for as well. But it's going to be a difficult one. I'm not exactly sure how Emery's side are going to line up. We need to look out for the likes of Morgan Rogers. He's probably the key man. Ollie Watkins. But they've not had a really good start to the season, Villa. They are sort of a side that have been pushing for top 4. Financial fair players sort of, or what PSR has really crushed them over recent times. They haven't been able to sign the players they want to. They've had to sell some of their key players, which has been ridiculous, really. So we'll have to see how things go today. So down to the Midlands today for Manchester City as we take on former Jack Grealish side, of course, the team that City took Grealish from for 100 million. They weren't so happy about that at the time, were they? But they've a side that has used that 100 million and grown year upon year. Actually are a top 4 competing side, as we've said. I mean, they sold John Duran in January for around, what, 80, 90 million, and still couldn't go and make on signings that they wanted to make, couldn't make Rashford permanent and so on. They've got former City man Jadon Sancho in the squad, who's on loan from Manchester United, and sort of picked up players like that, sort of fringe players from big clubs. And today, one of the biggest things is the eyesore that Manchester City are. We are debuting in this series the 3rd kit, the horrible rain grey and green kit, which just isn't the sort of kit that suits my eyes at all. The socks, I've never even seen the socks before. They are even more horrible, aren't they? Well, we put it on today. I mean, people have said in the comments, make sure you use the kit. So I'm using it. Here we go. City's 3rd kit in action. Let's see how Unai Emery's Villa side line up. Can Unai Emery out-tactic Pep Guardiola today? So Emery does start in a 4-2-3-4-1 formation, but they will see more attacking plays than that, I'm sure. Martinez starts in goal. Captain Conter is at right back, interestingly. Kamara and Nat on a very strong midfield, and Rodgers is in behind Ollie Watkins. Gerson is very quick on one side. Jadon Sancho gets a start as well against one of his former teams. Nico. Bernardo. Vardy. The pass I played at all there. Vardy's lost that. Here's Ollie Watkins. And a good save by Donnarumma. Oh, and there's space this far side because Luca Dean's gone walkabout. And here is Savinho for Manchester City. And Savinho smothered by Martinez. And behind here, City in a bit of trouble. Watkins away from Diaz. Watkins good pace. Vardy comes across the help inside by Sancho. What a chance that Sancho puts wide there. Do something that bit of space there. Haaland here. Heskey. Marmoush flicks it over top here to Foden. Foden in. Marmoush arriving! Saved by Martinez. That was a chance. It's away from Nico, trying to create some space. Vardy stepping up again. Into Haaland here. Foden! Oh, there's Phil Foden again. Manchester City have the lead, and that comes from an Erling Haaland pass, which is brilliant. Vardy from centre-back steps up, fires it into Haaland. A little late after Phil Foden, who cracks into the back of the net. City have the lead here at Villa Park. It's been a difficult game so far. We do have the lead now. Look at this by Haaland. Little layoff. Foden one touch. Kamara comes across to him, but he's made the run. How about that strike from Phil Foden? That is some incredible finish from Phil Foden there. Into the top corner. 1-0 Manchester City. Marmoush is struggled to get involved today. Foden. Into Marmoush here. It's over Marmoush! Oh, what a terrible... What is that from Marmoush there? What is that from Marmoush? Sancho, Kasanov. Good play from Sancho. Tillemans. Kasanov can't cut it out. It's Sancho! It's off the bar! He's headed behind by Ollie Watkins. Well, from one end where Marmoush is an absolute sitter. And he misses it. Ollie Watkins gets one off the bar on the other. No clean sheet again for Manchester City. I mean, talk about luck. Off the bar straight to Ollie Watkins. But why is Marmoush not finishing that chance at the other end? He's off again, Marmoush. This time Marmoush saved, and Heskey on the rebound for 2-1. Sometimes just take the shot. And it falls Heskey's way. His second goal for Manchester City. We have the lead at Villa Park. What a game we're in store today. What a game this has been. And Heskey makes it 2-1. Marmoush cracks it. Heskey taps it. I mean, Marmoush should have scored the previous chance, which I can't seem to forget. But it comes back to Heskey unmarked. And like the Villa goal, we get the rebound. And celebrations of Pep Guardiola and City. Heskey through to Marmoush here. Trouble again. Marmoush against Saiss. Marmoush inside. Marmoush puts it wide of the post. To Heskey, pulled by Bob, who's come on and made a negative impact a little bit there. The full-time whistle goes. We get 3 points, what matters. Heskey with a winner. Well, there's certainly areas this side we need to work out. I mean, Omar Marmoush's performance there was a little bit worrying, wasn't it? Defensively, we hadn't had a clean sheet in a long time. It will click, but at the moment it just feels like it might not. Well, Pep Guardiola will have a lot of good things to say about his City side. The first thing about Marmoush, 4 shots off today, no goal. We can only encourage Marmoush. He works better in central areas of the pitch than on that left-hand side, and that's what we need to find a space for him. Maybe play more as an interior in games, maybe rotating with Phil Foden, in fact, and that could be an area he's gave. 18 dribbles completed by Phil Foden. I mean, he's been class again, Phil Foden. Scored the goal that gave us the lead. He is the key player in the City side at the moment, alongside Alexander-Arnold, who hasn't really been firing at the moment in today's episode. Up next is a game against QPR at home or away in the Carabao Cup, a game which I did plan to simulate, but it is about seeing some of the underrated superstars, the less used players, and some of our younger players in the City side. That is something I want to see, so I want to play the game with the younger players. The game against Bournemouth is at home, and I intended not to simulate that game against Bournemouth at home. However, Bournemouth are down in 18th place at the moment. They're having a really bad season, only on 6 points, and I'm comfortable to simulate the game against Bournemouth at home and play Bournemouth away from home. We know they've got key players, quality players in there, the likes of Antoine Semenyo and so on, but I think that makes total sense. We play the QPR game, we see the likes of McAidoo play some football for Manchester City, and then we end the episode with the game against Bournemouth at home, which we simulate. Well, I know not much about QPR, other than they are a championship side. They've got Poku there, who looks like he is a bit of a key player. I know him, but he's expected to be on the bench. Kone, the striker. Streaky Dembele, who came through the Celtic youth system, was a really highly rated player. He went to France, and then he's been on loan here, there, and everywhere a little bit. As he Norrington Davis at left back, but there's no names in there. Sam Field maybe in central midfield, who's decent as well. But I think we're happy that we're going to put out a weaker side and get a win in the round of 16. It'll actually take us to the quarterfinals of winning it today. Well, we heavily rotate the side today to end today's episode, and it does give a chance for a lot of younger players to get some involvement for Manchester City in a game. Some young players really given their chances today. So the front three is going to be Marmoush, Savigny on the left, and Bob on the right. The midfield three is a player we've known pretty well in Divine Mukasa in that midfield alongside Nick Gonzalez and Heskey, a very fluid midfield three. And in the back line, another youngster starts in Stephen Mifune. He is in the back line alongside Captain Nathan Ake, Rico Lewis and O'Reilly playing inverted fullbacks, and James Trafford in goal. I'm excited to see Mifune and Mukasa in there. They both get a start. Obviously, not a lot of young players getting a start. But on the bench, we've got Sangare, Heskey, McAidoo, and McFarlane. 4 more young players who expect to come off the bench. Calvin Phillips and Kovacic there as well. I was really tempted to start those players, but we've got to keep the first team players happy by playing games and so on. So that's the way it's going to go. I'm sure Ake will be fine on the right side of defence. And I hope to see Sangare come on for Marmoush at some point, or Savinho, Heskey to come on, McAidoo to come on, and McFarlane to come on. I expect all 4 of them to come on, probably at some point. Maybe Phillips and Kovacic do as well. We're allowed, what, 5 substitutions, so one of those will miss out, but I'm happy with that side, and hopefully some game time. Impressive performances, hopefully as well from Mukasa and Mafuni, 2 of the key young players in the youth system. But I mean, Sangare and McAidoo not too far behind. So we're at the Etihad Stadium for Carabao Cup action. A win today for Manchester City at home will get them to the semi-final. And Pep Guardiola's gone with a heavily rotated side. Still a strong side, a strong enough side to knock out a championship side. And it is exciting to see Divine Mukasa and Steve Mafuni starting for Manchester City today. Those 2 youngsters have got big futures at City. And we want to go further than that. Sangare, Regan Heskey, McAidoo and McFarlane, 4 youngsters also on the bench that have been called up by Pep Guardiola to play some part in this game. Hopefully, if we're winning this game by 3-4 goals, they might even come off the bench at half-time and play a big performance as City look to try and reach the quarter-finals. Riley's dragged inside here. There's a bit of space out wide for Streaky Dembele. Or Karamoko Dembele, isn't it? Of course, he's got 3 brothers. And he's cut inside there, Riley. Really well! Great goal by QPR. What a start to this one for them. City are 1-0 down. And it's Madsen who scores. Well, that's unexpected, isn't it? O'Reilly. Heskey. Ryan Heskey off the crossbar. What a strike as well around the chest of Savinho. Mukasa. Onto Savinho. Far post. Marmoush waiting. Brilliant goal. 1-1. What a goal that is. Mukasa heavily involved there. And he finds Savinho. He works it across the box. What a cross by Savinho off that left-hand side into Omar Marmoush. He works well on that left-hand side, Savinho. Actually, maybe plays better there. Cross comes in. Marmoush. I mean, the problem we've got is we're playing Savinho right because we think that complements Doku being on the left. But Savinho works better on the left as a backup for Doku. We're playing Marmoush on the left, who actually works so much better through the middle because he's a goal scorer. Oh, what a flick back to Heskey! 2-1 Manchester City. An assist to Mukasa with a brilliant back heel. What a set piece by Manchester City there. And City are in front now with through Ryan Heskey. Back heel by Mukasa, rules it in. And Heskey doesn't go for placement, he goes for power. And on that left foot, he catches it so well, Ryan Heskey. Past the goalkeeper, into the top corner. It's 2-1 Manchester City. And this game has been turning its head within 4 minutes. Oh, City in trouble again here. Dembele into the box here. 2-2. Oh my word, he's an absolute live wire. Karamoko Dembele. I mean, that is so bad from City. O'Reilly. O'Reilly again. Into the box here. Heskey is there. Cleared away, O'Reilly. Mukasa. Heskey! What a finish by Heskey. Bottom corner. 3-2. We pounced a mistake, but what a strange game this is. It has been a little bit crazy than what I expected. We've not had much control at all. Lewis and O'Reilly at fullback just haven't had the control in the wide areas, it feels like. Need to change something at half-time, certainly. But Mukasa gets his 2nd assist, actually, of today. First time finished by Heskey. I mean, look at the finesse there. To roll that into the bottom corner. Incredible quality from Ryan Heskey. And Mukasa, another assist. O'Reilly involved. 3-2 Manchester City. The debut for Heskey and a debut for McAidoo as well. McAidoo's already made an appearance for us. Certainly Regan Heskey hasn't. Lewis the far post, chairs past him. Ake's left him. Trafford makes a good save. O'Reilly away. Back out to Nico. Lewis. McAidoo. Bob. McAidoo! Oh, what a goal that would have been. Oh, what a goal that would have been for Ryan McAidoo. Bob just lays it off to the forward. What a chance for Ryan McAidoo. Maybe McFarlane as well. In by Nico. O'Reilly with a header off the line. Mukasa back out. Regan Heskey. Into Mafuni. City play out. Very confident there. Full-time whistle goals. Well, some of the youngsters have got game time. Some of the youngsters played for Manchester City, some first-team football. We come away with a 3-2 and all the goals come in the first half. Ryan Heskey probably the star of the show alongside Mukasa and Marmoush. And we're through to the quarter-final. The episode isn't over yet because we've got AFC Bournemouth to play at home, which of course we will simulate. And hopefully some more goals for some key players. Post-match press conference of Pep Guardiola. Questions are surely going to be about some of the key players that played well today. Rico is played well actually at right back. I actually thought he played better at right back than some of the games he's played in midfield, but I do see his future at number 8. 2 shots from Marmoush. We've got to encourage Marmoush. He scored some goals again today. That is his main reason. And 32 dribbles by Divine Mukasa. No stopping him. He's certainly the youngster who's going to make it first into the first team. Celebrate his fantastic performance. The final game of the episode will be a simulation against Bournemouth. AFC Bournemouth, who find themselves down in 18th place. Recognise Rodri's worth. We're going to go through the press conference, of course, as always. Diakate trying to stop Erling Haaland. I don't think you will. City are in fantastic form. Well, as it is against Bournemouth, and it is going to be a simulation, they have not won a game in their last 5 games. 4 defeats and 1 draw in that time. I mean, such a good side as well. Cliver there as well. Semenyo is the key man. If City keep him quiet, City keep Bournemouth quiet, he's a player that's sure going to move next summer. And a 2-1 win at home for Manchester City over Bournemouth. It is our 2 key players in Erling Haaland and Phil Foden getting the goals for the club. A late consolation goal from Clive in the 84th minute made it a bit of a scary last few moments for Manchester City. But it's another defeat for Bournemouth, another win for Manchester City. And that ends today's episode. Please do like the video if you're already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to get ahead of everyone else, join the We Are City Members Club. You can join the Bronze Club to get extended episodes. You can see the full games in that version. Or you can see the full games plus extended episodes in terms of getting them early. You can get these episodes earlier than absolutely everyone else. Also, get over to the community tab because you can vote over there for your player of today's episode. In the vote is going to be Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku, Nico, and Ryan Shirky. And we'll see you guys next time.